Alright YouTube, back with another video here. This video is going to be me going ahead and installing the spherical J&M bushings, and that goes up to the rear upper control arm right connects to the diff. So these are the spherical bushings that would replace the regular rubber bushings that you would have there. So these are going to be way better. Obviously these are it. It comes with all the hardware. I also got the Maximum Motorsports removal tool to get the old bushing out. So we're going to go ahead and install these today. What I'm going to do now is separate this. Separate the top part of it. So do one in there. Remove this top part right here, and we're now going to put this in the freezer. So yeah, we'll put this in the freezer. It'll be easier to install for both of them. Go ahead and shove them in the freezer. Then we're going to go ahead and just take apart the control arms and go ahead and use the tool. So let me do that. I'll be right back. Alright, so we're out here. We're going in the car. Main thing you're gonna need are these: a bunch of washers, a bunch of the nut, a small one of this, the big one, and anti-seize. We're gonna apply anti-seize all over the threads, all over the washers, and we're gonna go ahead and assemble it and go ahead and run this bad boy down with an impact gun. I suggest having this tool and an impact gun to do this. So we'll go under. Basically what happened is this. As you can see, it's not completely in. It got stuck. That's my fault. I didn't clean the bore all the way. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just literally kind of pull the whole thing out and put those new spherical bearings instead. So more of an upgrade, and install everything together, get everything done, and we should be good. So then I go ahead and do this, and I'll show you guys the results after. Alright guys, so I got it out, and literally this is what happened. A good chunk of this rubber stopped this polyurethane from coming all the way in. I kind of destroyed it. So what I'm going to do now is, obviously this is facing out that way. It's a pretty straightforward tool to use. You obviously, what's facing that way, this cup is going to catch this here. So basically it's like kind of sitting in like that, and then the bolt goes through the middle. So the bolt goes through the middle this way. Then you just attach washers to the end. This nut is an 18 millimeter, and then the head part of this is a 16 millimeter. Like I said, use a impact. It makes it way easier. I'm working at night because, you know, I'm always working at night. It upsets people all the time that I work at night, but I like working at night. I just do. I just like working at night. So that being said, I went ahead and got that pulled out. What I'm doing is just I'm liberately giving anti-seize every single time I use it, just to make sure that I don't mess up the thread or anything like that. Now what I did was I got brake cleaner and a brake cleaner. Sorry, here's my light here. Pretty cool light. I got brake cleaner and the sponge. I went ahead and cleaned up the hole. So I brake cleanered it and used that little green sponge to go ahead and clean it up. And yeah, now what we do is I'm going to put anti-seize inside that hole, spread it around, and go ahead and get that what do you call this, that bushing inside the fridge, and go ahead and tap it in with a hammer, and then use the tool to get it the rest of the way in. It has to sit flush, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. So now we got it to sit down. It's sitting, you know, flush. There's no space here, so it's sitting all the way in there. Now what we got to do, we just literally put the tool backwards, so it's pushing it in. Instead of the cup being here, the cup's on the other side, and I just ran it down. Like I said, put anti-seize all the way across here, and it should make it way easier for it to press it in. After that, we just have to put the bolts and everything together, line everything up. Well, one thing actually, before that, there's another thing I'm gonna need to attach, and it would be here. This bad boy. We're gonna put, let's see here, sorry. What happens is this one, this piece, and it's gonna face this way. I'm gonna put a thread locker on it, and we're gonna go ahead and get it run down, tighten up a bit, and then we'll put everything together. So hold on. All right, so we got the first side in. Basically, it's not gonna completely line up. You're gonna have to use a jack up the diff and like kind of move it back and forth. Use a flathead, just get this completely aligned. Other than that, it's straightforward how to do it. I just gotta do the other side now. I gotta pull it out and then clean it up, put the new bearing in, and the hard part, I guess, is just lining this up. So you just have to keep getting the diff up and down, because every time you push it up on different points, it kind of tilts the diff, and you just gonna have to line up the bolt. Use a hammer and just hammer it in, and then yeah, then I just put the other bolt on the other side of it, just to kind of hold it in place for the moment being. So we're gonna move to the other side, and we're gonna go ahead and pull that one out, and we'll go from there. So, all right, so here it is. Got it complete. It's pretty simple. Like I said, the bolts are not gonna line up. You're gonna have to jack the diff in different positions, line it up, use a flathead, stick it in, move it around, and then you line it up. I use the impact gun just to tighten it. Other than that, that's pretty much it. We got it all done. Looking pretty sick. Only problem is I didn't show every single step of the way. It's so hard to do it, but like I said, it's pretty straightforward. You're just gonna need a 16, an 18, and a 19, 2 19s, and because you're gonna have to tighten it. The bolt hardware that comes with the J&M kit is 2 19 millimeters, the nut and the actual bolt. I use a hammer or a mallet to hammer the bolt in. Like I said, the main thing is it's not gonna line up at first. You're gonna have to move stuff around. After you do, you should be good. That's it. It's pretty easy, like I said. Here are the old ones. Anti-seize, a sponge, and this tool. You really need to get this tool. This tool is like 40 bucks. You need that tool to get this done. I don't know what other way you can do it without this tool. You need to get that tool. It'll install it, and it'll take off the old bushings. So yeah, I'll leave everything in the description below. Like I said, here they are, looking pretty good. So yeah, until next time, YouTube.